this right here, we're looking at this right here. I think the front looks very close to the Solterra. I think the front of this car does look better than the Solterra, but it looks very close. It looks more like an Outback, and I like it. I think it looks phenomenal. I really do. I really think it looks good. Definitely better than the Solterra, though. Definitely, good side view here. Like I said, it's very close to an Outback. It's got kind of that station wagon kind of vibe there. Really, really nice back end here. Really, really nice the way they did that, honestly. It's 8.3 inches of ground clearance there. We've got the trunk open here. Looks like a pretty decent amount of space, and obviously then, these seats will probably come down as well. I can already see from here it's a 60/40. Most SUV manufacturers, I know Mazda, they do it where on the CX-5 or I believe CX-50, you can do the individual ones. Most people just do a 60/40. So obviously, in this case, this one here will come down as one. This one, these two will come down together because you can see the partition right there. Nothing wrong with that. I wish you could do each individual seat, but nothing wrong with that, honestly. So it looks like you'll probably have a good amount of space here because this is a bigger car. Looking at the inside here, we see that infotainment system again. So, obviously knobs for air conditioning and stuff, a volume knob, but the rest of the air conditioning and all that is all touchscreen. It's all haptic, so not really a big fan of that. But hey, it is what it is. I don't get to make the rules. We got two wireless charging devices here. There's a nice little partition between the two. We've got the knob we were looking at earlier there with drive modes and stuff. Our push button to start there. The steering wheel here. We've got all of our buttons and things there. Pretty solid there. We've got a view of the back seat. The seats pretty much, they look like the same as the Solterra. It kind of just looks like they, honestly, what I kind of got from the vibe of this car, other than it being bigger and a little bit more powerful, it just kind of looks like they sort of copy paste really and kind of did a little redesign, but it's kind of a copy paste, honestly. Plastic cladding around the wheels. Subaru loves to do that. They love to do it. I don't necessarily mind them doing it. I don't mind it. I'm not like, I'm not like begging for it, but I don't mind it. We can see the side here. Like I said, I think this looks a lot better. When you kind of looking at the front here, especially because of how flat it is right here, it kind of has like that Mustang Mach-E kind of vibe going on there. It's kind of interesting. But I think this personally looks a lot better than the Solterra. Like I said, we don't have official, maximum range yet, but we know, they are saying at least 260, which, like I said, 260 is really not that good. I know this is a bigger vehicle and things, but like even on a Volkswagen ID4 or a Hyundai or a Tesla Model Y, like even a performance model, which get a lot less range than the long range. I mean, that's just, this is really, really low range. Like I said, though, let's be honest, you're not going to take this on the trail like that. Especially like heavy mud and all that. Something that's this heavy, you're going to sink in. Like this is going to be short drives and things like that. Nothing wrong with that, but let's be honest, we're not taking this on any trails here. Now let's take a picture here because we have the infotainment system on, so we can see how all the buttons come and lit up and everything. Like I said, it's haptic and all that. I don't mind it. Well, let me take that back. I do mind it. I don't like it, but I don't get to make the decision is what I meant to say. But you got your Apple CarPlay, Android Auto right there. They're showing Apple CarPlay on there, obviously. We got a lot of, physical buttons, at least on the steering wheel, on the side here. But it would have been nice to have some of those buttons up there be physical, especially I've used haptic buttons. I have it in my car. There's only 3 or 4, so I get used to it. It's not that for me. It's just like I just prefer a switch, and honestly, like on piano black like that too, like that's gonna get dirty as soon as you step in the car. Like just put some buttons. But we've got a few pictures here. We don't have too many pictures of it, honestly, but we got a few pictures there. It's very, very intriguing. Like, I mean, if we go from here, because we have a car and driver article here, and I'll link this in there as well. Subaru showed this to everybody, but they like didn't really say much, and I can kind of see why, because when we go to the press release, if I bring up the press release again, like if we go to the press release, considering the kind of sort of, well, let's be honest, the failure that the first Solterra and the BZ4X were, like, looking at this now, I know they're saying this is going to go on sale soon, but they don't seem very confident in it. And this is something, this could be a Subaru management thing, because Subaru has also been in kind of the gutter, recently as well. I mean, there's, Nissan, Mitsubishi are just, Mitsubishi, I don't know, that's a different story, but, Subaru definitely, the last, few years in this last decade, from letting go of STI division and things like that, there's definitely been a shift, and it hasn't necessarily been smooth. And the fact that, the way I'm seeing Subaru say all this, they're not very confident in their own product, because I don't think they know, but also I don't think they want to say it, because like I said, let's be honest, the first Solterra was an absolute disaster. The BZ4X was a disaster. It was slow, it was ugly, it was uninspiring, it was useless. There was a stop sale. You literally couldn't buy one for over a year. It was not worth the money. It was a disaster. It was a disaster. So I think obviously Subaru wants to avoid that, and they need to avoid that, because especially the state that Subaru is in, they can't afford to sort of mess this up. I like the way it looks though. I like the way it looks. I like how much power it has. I like it has 3,500 pounds of towing. I personally like the vehicle, but I don't have a lot of confidence that that this is going to be necessarily something good. Because like I said, 200, delivers more than 260 miles of range. Well, if you know it delivers more than that, if you know it delivers more than that, let's say it delivers 300, then say it delivers 300, or say it delivers more than 290, but don't put 260. 260 is such a low number. And it just, I don't know. I like it. I think it looks pretty decent. I like the performance. I like what the capability it's telling me. I'm just looking at from, like I said, the way that they're describing things, the way that even in the Solterra, how they describe like the charging and things like that. I don't know. It just doesn't. I don't have a lot of confidence. But I like the way the vehicle is, so I think obviously this is the bigger vehicle of the two, so this is obviously gonna be more expensive. Now, we will have to see, because like I said, the first Solterra was ridiculously expensive for no reason. And with tariffs and all that stuff, listen, the world is a crazy place. We don't know what's going on. One day the tariffs are paused, the next hour, they're back on again. So, pricing is gonna play a big thing into this, and especially for Subaru. Subaru is, let's be honest, it's a small car brand. They, even though Toyota has a stake in them, they don't have as much money or resources as other people, and nor is their dealer network as big or as large as Toyota or even others for that matter. Even when I used to live like in Orlando, and I don't live in Orlando anymore, there was only a few Subaru dealers up there. Meanwhile, places like, even car companies like Mazda had tons of dealers over there. I mean, like if I look in my local area, I can find tons of Volkswagen, Nissan, Honda, Toyota, Mazda, Hyundai, Kia dealers. But if I look up a Subaru dealer, I might find like 2, maybe 3. And one of them is relatively close to me. The other 2 are going to be a little further away, more than like 30 minutes. It's like, I don't know. I like it though. I mean, I like the way the vehicle looks. I'd like to see how it drives. I think for just like a daily driver vehicle, family vehicle. You maybe go to the park or something. Low ranges and all that. I think it'll be good, but 260 miles of range. I know it says more, but okay, maybe it's 270. 270 is not a lot, and then you're gonna say you can tow 3,500 pounds with this. I guarantee you tow something with this, or even if you tow 3,500 pounds with this, you're not getting 270 range. You're not even getting 200. You're gonna get like, you'd be lucky if you get 150. Honestly, this is, I don't know. I like it. I want it to work because I think it's honestly, like I said, I like it. I think it looks good. I like the performance. I like the numbers. I just don't have a lot of confidence in it. It's weird. Like I said, the press, the press release was very vague. They didn't put a lot of pictures of it. Like, we look at the press release. Like, this isn't far away from production. And they say here, pricing details and specifications will be available closer to launch in early 2026. We're in April right now. We got time, but they have time to come up with final numbers and stuff, but I don't know, just something about it. But I hope it works out because, like I said, I'm interested in it. So let me know what you guys and girls think down below. I'm not going to go over this too much. I'm not going to rant over it. There's really nothing really to go over too much here. But let me know what you think down below of this all-new Subaru Trailseeker. Do you find it interesting? Do you think with the 260 miles of range, this is just a wasted development? What do you guys and girls think down below? Are you interested in it or are you not? You tell me. That's going to do it for now, though. Thanks for watching, everyone.